Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about my language goals for 2023. To start, the first language I really want to focus on is Italian, and my big goal for Italian is to be able to speak more fluently than I do right now because I'm at let's say between A2, yeah, I'm around A2 B1 kind of, because I understand most things. I can speak kind of in a really beginner way, you know what I mean? And I want to be able to speak with native speakers as much as I can. So hopefully towards the end of the year, I'm gonna have at least a language partner to speak Italian with, and that's you know, I really want to get better at conversation. That's my big goal for Italian. So to start, for that, the first thing I'm gonna do every single day, I want to listen to a podcast in Italian. It doesn't matter what it is. And right now, I'm listening to this guy called Daniele Oscar Spada. I found him on TikTok, and he has a podcast as well. And it's just really interesting what he talks about, and I can understand most of the things he says, and he speaks really clearly. So right now he's who I'm listening to, but I want to reach out to and find other podcasts to listen to, so I can really immerse myself in the language. Second, I want to be able to read 3 books in Italian this year. The first book that I'm reading right now is called Io non ho paura di Niccolo. It's Niccolo Amaniti. That's the book I'm reading right now. It's kind of a beginner book. It's not too, there's obviously some words that I don't know or I don't understand, but it's at a beginner level where I can understand the story overall, and understand a lot of phrases and all that. So that's going to be the first book I'm going to focus on for this year. And I want to read 2 other books throughout the year. I don't know what they're going to be, but I'll see later on. The third thing is that I want to have at least 2 or 3 lessons on Preply to practice conversation with a teacher that can help me with speaking, with grammar, and where I can talk about various topics. Right now, I've had 1 lesson so far, which was today, in fact, with a teacher on Preply, and it's, I really find it helpful since I don't have that exposure, or that since I can't talk usually. So I really like it so far, and I want to have at least maybe 1 every week if possible, or more. But with my schedule, it's gonna be a bit hard, so I'll try between 2 or 3 times a month to have a lesson. The next thing is that I want to watch 1 Italian movie a month. I want to get into Italian cinema, which is, I know there's so many good Italian movies out there, but since I'm not really a movie person, usually I mostly watch TV series. But I like movies, but it's not to that level. But I really want to get into that and at least watch 1 Italian movie every single month for this year. Next thing is I want to do 1 vlog in Italian a month, like the one I previously did on my channel. It's going to be a way for me to speak and to see my progress throughout the year, every single month, to see if there's a change, if I've improved, if I'm more comfortable with speaking in Italian. Next is I want to get more into Italian music. So far, the artist that I listen to mostly in Italian is Mahmoud. I really love his music. I really love him as an artist, but he's the main artist I listen to. And then I have a few songs that I've picked up from a TV series here and there. But overall, so far, I don't know too much about Italian music, too many artists. Like, I don't know all of that. So I really want to get into that for this year. So finally, I want to do one active activity in Italian every single week, whether it's a grammar point, listening exercise and writing down words I don't know, or reviewing what I've previously learned, whether it's grammar points, the conjunctive, whatever it is. I want to actively learn because I'm more of a passive learner, which is, I think, one of my big problems, because I really need to actually be focused and be like, okay, I am studying right now, I'm learning right now. And so this way, I think it's going to be easier, or it's going to help me improve and like just step up my Italian overall. So that's it for the Italian part. The second language I want to focus on this year is Korean. It's a language that I've always loved and that I really like listen to a lot every single day. I watch a lot of K-dramas. I listen to a lot of Korean music as well, and I love Korean dating shows. So it's a language that I want to learn, and I love webtoons, manhwas, all that. I love them. So for this year, I wanna just restart learning Korean and be able to understand like webtoons. I want to be able to speak at least at like a beginner level, and be able to form phrases in Korean as much as I can. And hopefully, maybe not this year, but in the future, I want to be able to read books and read poetry books. That's like one of my big goals. And also, obviously, watch K-dramas without subtitles, and listen to Korean music and understand what they're saying. Because right now, I only know the basic words, like 사랑해, 안녕하세요, all that, which is nothing. Anyone can know that just by watching K-dramas. I really want to get to a higher level as much as I can. So for that, what I want to do is I want to learn 2 grammar points every single week in Korean. And right now I bought the books Talk to Me in Korean. I have 5 exercise books and then 5 grammar books, like they come together. So I'm gonna start with 2 grammar points in the book every single week. I don't want to overwhelm myself. That's why I'm only doing 2 grammar points a week, since I get really busy with like other things. So I'll start slowly and just build up with that. After that, I want to start taking Korean classes, maybe around May or June, once I get more used to the grammar, the sentence structure. Once I know more vocabulary, I want to start taking classes so that I'm not like, I don't want to take classes and be a complete beginner. And right now, I already know the alphabet. I know a few words, but it's not enough for me. So once I kind of get to that level, I will start taking classes. Also, I want to learn 1,000 words in Korean. I know it's not a lot. But for me, it's a start, because I get really like bored. Like, I just procrastinate a lot. So at least, I just want to build up slowly. Even if 1,000 words is not enough to like speak fluently, but it's a start. So I'm just gonna put my goal at that for this year. And to learn those words, I'm gonna use Memrise, which is a pretty good app to learn vocabulary words. Also, another thing that I want to do is watch videos where people teach grammar points in Italian 2 times a week. Right now, I have obviously the channel Talk to Me in Korean, and also the other channel is Learn Korean with Gobili Korean. So these 2 channels I'm gonna use and to just learn a few things here and there every single week. I'm gonna use them to help me when it comes to certain things that I don't necessarily understand, since I won't have a teacher right away. The next thing is that I want to watch shows that are easy to understand, or for beginners that are not too hard, because right now I watch a lot of K-dramas, but it's not an easy language, like when they speak, right? So what I'm gonna do is watch shows that are for kids, which are more simpler, more simpler sentences, simpler grammar. And right now there's one that I found on YouTube. It's called Learn Korean with Jadu, and it's I've watched like one video from that channel, and so far it's not too hard. Like, I can understand a bit, and also there's the subtitles in Korean, subtitles in English, and it's kind of fun. It's for a kids show, it's pretty good. And the last thing for Korean is I want to do exercises with Lingo Deer every single day. So just do one module every day with Lingo Deer, because it's a pretty good app when it comes to Korean and Japanese as well. So it's just going to be my Duolingo, but for Korean, and I'll just see how it goes. And it's just going to be like a supplement for me with the grammar and the books that I'm using. The next language I want to focus on is Japanese. So this year, around May, I'm planning to go to Japan with two of my friends, and I want to get to a travel level in Japanese, just so that when I'm there, I'm able to kind of understand a few things, order in the restaurant, know what like this means and all of that. Japanese is a language that I've always loved. I love animes. I've tried in the past to learn it, but I don't know, like I stopped at some point when I was like, I think 13 or 14. I started learning. I learned all the hiragana, katakana, and I started learning kanjis, all that. But I stopped. But I want to restart slowly, and at least for when I go this year, I just want to be able to understand a bit, just slightly, like not too much. I don't have big goals yet for that language, but I want to get back into it, let's say that. So to do that, I want to use Lingo Deer and just do an exercise every day to like get into the language. So I'm gonna use Lingo Deer or Bumpo, which is another app where you can learn Japanese. So one of these two I'm gonna do every day. Second thing is I want to do one grammar point in Japanese a week, and I'll be using the Genki 1 Elementary Japanese, or I also have it's Tae Kim's Guide to Learning Japanese. So I'm gonna use one of these two to learn a new grammar point every single week. Next is that I want to listen to a podcast in Japanese. So right now I found this podcast which is called Learn Japanese with Masa Sensei. So I want to listen to that at least twice a week, and they're pretty short. It's a pretty short podcast. It's not too long, so it won't get too like, I won't be able to procrastinate on that because it's so easy. It's so fast, and you learn something new on each one, and it's from what I saw so far, it's good for a beginner, which is why I'm gonna start with that for this year. And lastly, I want to watch one Japanese movie a month, or start watching a TV show in Japanese regularly. I used to do that in the past, but so far in the past few years I haven't really watched any like TV shows or reality show in Japanese, but I want to get back into that. So I will watch either a movie a month or start a new drama in Japanese, which is I'm kind of excited for. Also, I do watch animes, but it's not like, let's say, a proper Japanese. So I'm just gonna watch animes for fun as usual. you know. And lastly, the last language I want to focus on is Portuguese. It's a language that I recently started to really love. I just love how it sounds, and when like people speak, I just love it. And the Portuguese I want to focus on is the Brazilian one, since I've been to Brazil twice so far, and I just love hearing it. I just love how it sounds, and since it's similar to Italian and kind of French as well, I think it's going to be hard for sure. It's a new language, but it's not completely different from like Japanese or Korean, which is why I'm just, I'm going to start and see how it goes. But I want to be able to just speak at the beginner level in Portuguese, so that I can communicate slightly when I go back there this year. So first I'm gonna do one Duolingo module each day, which is, I know Duolingo is not the best place to learn a language, but I just want to get into it, slightly learn just a few words here and there, and just, it's just, I want it to be easy, not too hard. Second thing is, I want to learn one grammar point a week in Portuguese, and the textbook I'm going to use is called Modern Portuguese. It's called Modern Brazilian Portuguese Grammar. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this book to just learn grammar points every single week. The next thing is, I'm going to do a 30-day challenge in Portuguese. It might turn into 60 days or 160 days because I tend to procrastinate a lot, but I just want to do it and just learn, do something new every single time I like sit down to do the challenge. So I'm doing this challenge with the channel on YouTube that's called Speaking Brazilian Language School, which I find like there are a lot of videos, and it's a channel that I've heard about from the videos I've watched about learning Portuguese. So I'm gonna use that, and they have this 30-day challenge, and also they have another one where it's about pronunciation that I'm gonna start, so that I really I want to pronounce the words the way they're supposed to be pronounced. And especially since Portuguese is the way it just has a unique way of the way it sounds is so unique. I just love it, So I want to watch those videos at least twice a week. So that's going to be pretty much it for Portuguese. So these are my language goals for 2003. I really hope I stick to them, and I hope that I can see an improvement at the end of the year, because I love learning languages, and it's just gonna help me when I travel. It's gonna help me just connect with more people and not feel embarrassed when I go somewhere else, like in another country, and just want to interact with people. I get really happy when I'm able to understand another language, when I'm able to converse and speak in another language that's not my own. So I just, I really want to do this year and actually not procrastinate. And I hope that this video is gonna just motivate me to actually do it for once, and not like give up halfway through it, or after a month. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're gonna, make goals for yourself to when it comes to languages, and stick to them as well. And hopefully together we'll just grow and learn the languages or get better at the languages that we want this year and for the years to come as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this video, and see you next time. Bye.